Good morning, good afternoon, good day, and good night. Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is Bettina Carey, and I'm the founder of We Empower You, the global community, and WeEmpowerYourLife.com, the website. And I am also in charge of the movement to empower the world. And I'm so excited to be welcoming folks from around the globe here today, October 22nd, the kickoff to We Empower You Mentoring Friday. And we're going to be doing this once a month on the third Friday of every single month going forward. So thank you everybody for joining me here today. I'm just so thrilled that I'm not here by myself. And also I want to give a very special thank you, shout out to Paul Maburo, who actually was the instigation of this meeting happening today, because if I hadn't have had him putting that fire underneath my behind, I would have maybe put this off another week or two. So thank you so much for Paul. And with that said, I'd love to go ahead and continue to invite folks into the room here. And Paul is going to be taking over admitting folks, and I will be able to attend to the mentoring questions. And what's really great about what we're going to be doing here today is that, you know, I don't know any successful person, truthfully, that hasn't had a mentor, a coach, an advisor, consultant, and just a cheerleader to cheerlead them on to what they would like to be doing in their lives. And whether that's business, leadership, love, life, or health, you can't go wrong by having someone who's mentoring you and guiding you every step of the way. So my goal with these mentoring meetings is to offer the opportunity for folks to connect from around the globe. So it's a little bit of networking, but also to be featuring special guests that have wisdom to impart and experiences that they can bring to the table, including myself and including every one of you who has joined this meeting, because mentoring is something that we do naturally, I think, as human beings. My goal is for this meeting, event, whatever you want to call it, is to support, advise, and guide attendees around the globe, helping each of you identify goals, challenges, so that you can set priorities in your personal life and in your personal growth, whether that be for your career or your business. So with that said, go ahead and open up your mics. I'm going to start with Paul. We're going to do some brief introductions. Go ahead, Paul. We have two Pauls here. So Paul Maburo, if you would mind going first. Thank you so much.
Hello, everyone. My name is Paul Mubiru, all the way from Uganda. And I'm so excited to meet folks all over the world to come for this mentoring session. I'm so excited because there's more in us that is going to come out to make sure that our dreams and purposes in life create the people. Or I do the cleaning business. I make products for cleaning tiles, floors, carpets, windows, cars, ovens, whatever your dream concerning cleaning is. I am here to make wellness part of your life as people in the nations around the world.
You may need to turn your camera off, Paul, just to get a better quality audio.
And I also love
Paul,
so I do also some 55.
There you go. Let's try that again. I know you have a fire starting product also that you have created, that you launched this last month. Are you able to get your mic working there?
Speak through the computer.
charcoal lighter product.
Yes.
That lights up charcoal, and we know the challenges that we have all around Africa with how people struggle with lighting up charcoal. I have made one that is so organic and so strong, withstanding the wind all around, and it lights up the charcoal within seconds.
Nice. And what I love about your ingenuity and your product,
Without bringing.
what I love about your products is that you're all about health. And so everything that you're creating is healthy to use. And so thank you, Paul, for your brief introduction. We'll learn more from you as we go along. Paul Wafula is obviously the inspiration for me being involved in mentorship with this group. Paul, open up your mic and share with us a little bit about our connection and the inspiration behind Inspire, the conference.
All right, thanks, Bettina, and hi, everybody. Sorry, I'm dialing in from a car. Today, my son is having a play date, so I drove him out, so I'm sitting as I wait for him. Yes, I'm Paul Wafula Wabwire. I'm based out of United Arab Emirates. I'm based in Dubai, but I'm originally from Uganda. I lead the Inspire Synergy, which is basically a group of professionals with a vision of raising excellent transformational leaders in Africa.
That was an amazing conference. You reached thousands all across the globe, especially in Africa. I was able to attend all 5 days.
And we had the privilege of connecting with Bettina earlier this year. And yeah, and since then, we've not looked back. I mean, I attended the summit that happened in September, and my heart was blown off. My socks were blown off. Just expression. I met Nigel there and was supposed to have set up a date, but the time zones confused me. So I guess that's something we need to follow up. But yeah, thanks, Bettina, for the opportunity to be part of this mentorship program.
Great. Thank you so much, Paul. Welcome, welcome. And thank you for giving me some kind words about the summit. We do them every single quarter. It's the We Empower You Global Virtual Summit. The next date is December the 8th, 8:30 a.m. to 8:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Next up is Matthias. Matthias, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hi, everyone. Hi, Bettina.
Hi.
Hello. Good evening. All right. My name is Matthias Nazio. I'm based in Uganda. I'm a chartered accountant working with Diageo PLC. I have experience of 10 years. I've done quite a lot of work within finance strategy, and I'm looking at a future where I intend to go private into consulting world. And I think being inspired, being mentored into such a world, an open world, I think is really something very important. And I look forward to gaining a bit of understanding, experience, and interacting with different people. And I believe in the end, I should be better than I was before.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for joining us here today. Next up, we have Edgar. Edgar, where are you dialing in from? Oh, your mic is not working. Okay. Edgar's going to go ahead and introduce himself in the chat, and then we'll learn a little bit more about him there. Next up, we have Barbara Osada, if she's able to speak in the group. I'm going to check my chat here.
No, I'm good. Good morning. I'm calling from sunny Denver, Colorado. And it seems like every time I'm with the group, I'm walking my dog. But I'm out walking because it's cold in the morning, so you have to wait till 10 o'clock. to walk the dog, but I'm walking the dog, and I'm being grateful for everything, the trees, the grass, the flowers. And I have a meeting planning company. I plan large meetings and events, and I work with national associations. I've got a couple of nonprofits that I work with, but I've had my company for 18 years. I started in 2003. So with 9/11, and I travel for a living. And so I'm rebuilding, and I'm getting smarter and better. And like the last caller said, I'm being my best that I can be and living gratefully. And I think mentorship, Bettina and I have been friends for several years and have always been soul sisters. And I think mentorship and being with like-minded, positive, upward mobility people is important for your own success and for other success, and to see others succeed and to be a part of their mentorship. Or when you climb a mountain and you're on the top and you succeed, and then you see another mountain. So, you just, it's constant struggle, and it's a constant struggle to be inspired, and it's a constant struggle. But if we keep on the right path, and
Yes.
we will see our successes.
There you go. And you and I go way back, Barbara, and you've helped me to climb some summits. Without you in 2008 or 9, that's where we started our lives together as soul sisters and friends. Couldn't have done some things without you, frankly. All right, so that's everybody's introductions for the moment as we continue to welcome folks in. But next up, I'd actually love to introduce you to the man of the hour here, who's going to be sharing some mentoring wisdom with us. And that is Master Nigel Henry. And since 1999, Master Nigel Henry has been developing and marketing mastery performance activation tools, distinctions, and practices that are intended for unleashing the greatness of the extraordinary beings like myself, who are the emerging, innovative, disruptive, highly gifted, high performance, highly sensitive, deep thinking, heart-centered, and purpose-driven entrepreneurial change angels. As a fellow change angel, Master Nigel is responsible for the growth and expansion of the change angel activation movement, whose business and mission is to locate, assemble, and activate 144,000 tribe members like me who have a life calling for making massive, rapid, beneficial changes on the planet. Welcome, Master Nigel Henry. It's so great to have you in this session, our very first kickoff for under the brand of underawing.com, by the way. And so much is going to be happening from here forward. Thank you so much for coming today. Get you unmuted here. There you go.
You can hear me now?
Yes.
Today's my actual day off, but I had a message from Bettina that she was having something, and I'm committed to supporting her because she's one of the change angels on the planet. And so my focus is on the change angels, and they're fundamentally, I think this program is called Under a Wing, right?
Yes.
They have the wing that takes care of the leaders, the people who are doing the work on the ground. So they do the heavy lifting, and I support the heavy lifters. So most of my work applies to all humans, but is best applied through the angels. So I'm here to support mainly Bettina, but I know that by supporting Bettina, I will support everybody who she's supporting. So it's great to meet you all again. I remember Paul, a super badass, meaning a very strong brother. And I remember attending the summit and seeing all those great people doing that work in Africa, which touches my soul because that's my roots. And, you know, I meet a lot of angels in Bettina's Wednesday gatherings. And so I'm kind of looking forward to contributing as much as I can for the mission that Bettina's on. And so it is.
And so it is. So Paul Maburo has actually participated in the Financial Miracle Challenge that you do, and you have one coming up that starts next week. Can you share a little bit about your 5-day Financial Miracle Challenge?
Okay. Can you guys still hear me? Because background noise is increasing. Can you hear me still?
Yes.
That's good. Okay, the Financial Miracle Challenge. Let me just, one second. Let me put into context. All people on earth are here to deliver value. So you could almost say the Spirit of God is value. And what value is that spiritual energy that when it touches another person or things, it's like prayer. When you pray for someone, something magical happens inside of them and they expand and they grow. And it was real to me, that thing that we're transferring through us when we speak, when we're touching, when we have a creative product, is called value. And that's all we're here for, is to transfer the value that God is into the beings that we intersect or touch. And when that value touches them, they give off value too. It's a strange thing. If I give Bettina value, what happens to Bettina is that Bettina gives 10 value. And each person she gives her value to goes out 300. So you can imagine in this program, under a wing, she'll be transferring a lot of value. And each recipient of that value is going to give the value to their community, and it's going to go viral, all right? So I'm spending all this time talking about value because this rule applies to value. Where there's a link between value and money, a direct link. And here's the link. Money moves in the opposite direction of value. So if I put out value, money comes in. And there's nothing I can do about it except for ignore the money. The money has to come in. For example, yesterday, I was working with someone who I met on Wednesday, Bettina, and I gave her value on Wednesday, and I gave her value on Thursday, and I gave her value yesterday. And she goes, Nigel, I can't take it anymore. I've got to pay you. Great. And she paid me. And she actually paid for the FMC, this very program. The exact same thing happened with Bettina. I met Bettina, and I decided I know what I do when I'm speaking is I'm giving out value. And some people hear it quicker than others. So Bettina heard it and she goes, oh my God, Nigel, can I stop you? I must pay you for the value you're giving me. She just said she must. It's like, hello, what happened to her? I don't know, I must pay you. Money must leave my account. So I said to her, can you redirect it to my FMC program so that at least I can give you more value? So Bettina paid for, she just said, okay, let me pay for this FMC instead of just giving you random money. And so she signed up. And in the FMC, we put you under pressure. I think Paul's been through it, right? And it's 5 days where we squeeze you, squeeze. And what happens when you squeeze an angel or a blessed person or a gifted person? You know what comes out of them? Value. And it wants to come out, but because of mental, emotional, physical blockage, the value is stuck inside of the people. So I created a 5-day challenge where we squeeze you to squeeze out the value out of you. But now that the value is coming out, we've got to collect the money, financial money. And why is the challenge is because we set the amount before we go in. So some people wanted to make I think 30,000, some 5,000, 100,000. It doesn't matter what the number is. Once you set that number, the first thing that has to happen is value equivalent has to come out of you. So if I say, I'm going to make $1 million, Nigel. Yeah, right. We're going to squeeze you or open you up so that $1 million of value can come out of you. And once the value goes out, guess what? The money has to come in. So usually the biggest challenge is that people have all sorts of blockage around value coming out, number one, and money coming in. Either they don't like money or they don't think they should share their gifts, all sorts of, and there's all external situations. Nigel, we're in Africa or we're somewhere else. I don't want to hear it. The value is supposed to come out and the money is supposed to get to your account. So that's why it's called a financial miracle challenge. We put you under such intense pressure that the value must come out. And once it comes out, the dollars come in. And so some people may have to repeat it 2 or 3 times, because the first time what could happen is that they crack the code of the blockage. That was the first layer. And then the second layer. And at some point, the value has to come out. So that's what the financial miracle challenge is. It's a challenge for you to make a massive amount of money in a short period of time. And I am so confident because that's the only purpose we're here on earth for, is to give out value. And as soon as value goes out, money comes in. If there's no money in the account, it means not enough value going out. And then just to leave you with some of the a distinction that we use, and I'm hoping that Bettina will teach it in her Wings program, is my voice is my moneymaker. So as long as a human being has this thing attached to the front of their face, a voice, they are a money-making machine. That was what God intended for this thing called the voice. The mouth is for money-making. These things are for spending money. These things for making money. So that's the financial miracle challenge. I recommend that everybody applies. Just apply for it. You may not get in because we only want people who are givers and contributors. It is not a great place if you're a student. If you come in to learn stuff, students don't make a lot of money. But if you come in to teach stuff, share stuff, lead stuff, give stuff, it's a great place. So we filter out all the takers and we only let in the givers. But everyone's welcome to apply because something will happen to you just applying anyway. So the program starts on Monday, officially, like from 12 p.m. Eastern to 2 hours a day, from Monday to Friday. On Sunday night, we have our kickoff meeting for all the people who committed and registered. But for the application, just apply. We'll end up having a conversation. Assuming that you're a great fit, we'll then say, go ahead and register. If you're not a great fit, we will tell you what you need to become a great fit, and you can register later or attend another one. But now we have your application, we have a relationship, we can make you financially ready. I think that's it, Bettina. Thank you for giving us
and
space
my
to share.
experience of my very first miracle challenge, I believe, happened at the end of May. And I hit a company high. It was the best week I've had in the entire life of my company. And I started my company in 1983, just so you know. And I've attended now 3 financial miracle challenges. So this particular Under a Wing program is really a great place to help define the goals, the challenges, the opportunities that you want to bring forth, the intention that you want to bring forth. And we'll have folks like Nigel here to help mentor and guide, and myself and others. So with that said, I know Edgar introduced himself via the chat because he was having some mic trouble, and he's a marketer. And he says, nice to meet you and looking forward to connecting with you all. Excited about the mentorship opportunity. Thank you so much for putting this together. And I'd love for folks to go ahead and open up your mics once more. And we'll start in the reverse order. Oh, Nigel, you go first.
The application is, let me just say it because I can't post anything on my phone here. greatnessactivation.com/empower.
Yes, I'll put it in the chat here.
So, and I've got to get off the call, Bettina.
Okay.
But
thank you so much
for anyone that's interested, just go to that greatnessactivation.com/empower, and we can move from there. Okie dokie.
Thank you so much, Nigel. We'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye for now. All right. So in reverse order, I'd like to start with Barbara Osada out of Colorado, and just share a little bit about any goals, challenges, or intentions that you have in the next 90 days, let's just say.
Oh, okay. So my intention is to be able to manifest the COVID relief funds that are available for people, in my industry. I'm in the hospitality industry, and as everybody knows, with the COVID, the world shut down. So all my live events and meetings shut down without me, doing anything wrong. So my whole livelihood was taken away with this COVID. But we live in the United States, and I don't know how it is anywhere else, but there are lots of government relief programs for small businesses because the United States supports, or our government supports, small business, and without small business, it wouldn't be a very fun, I think, world to be in. So I'm applying for that. My goal is to make sure that I keep moving that forward, kind of like a stone with your nose, just, every day nudging it forward until I succeed with that. And then rebuilding, working smarter, not harder. I'm 63, so I'm not putting in the 40 hours a week. I'm going to put in as much as I need to put in to obtain my goals, and I'm not going to kill myself doing it, because I come from the hotel industry where it's 7-day operation, 24 hours, never closes. And I come from that work ethic. But as I've grown into a senior citizen and living my best life, I realized that walking the dog, I found a pond I'm sitting in front of right now. I'm meditating, I'm reading my Bible, I have a morning ritual, and I pray and I meditate, and I do more of that now that I'm in my 60s than I ever did in my earlier years. So
yes, and I didn't mention your mission, your vision, your purpose on the planet.
My purpose on the planet is to take care of my family, and to take care of my neighbor, and to love my neighbor as myself. And that's my mission, and that's my purpose. And taking care of a family, as we all have our family issues, is a big job for anybody. But that's my mission, and that's my purpose. And I need a strong livelihood to be able to support, because I live in 2 different cities. I have a place in Seattle, I have a place in Denver. I have 2 places in Denver. So, I'm carrying three households, and so my mission is to take care of my family and love my neighbor as myself, and my purpose.
I love that. And of course, I love it when you come to Seattle, because then I can see you. That's where we first met, right?
Right.
Okay. Now, Edgar's going to have to go ahead and type mission, vision, purpose, goals, and any kind of intentions that you want to set. I'll go to Matthias now. Again, you can start with your calling, your purpose, your mission, your vision, and any intentions that you want to set here in this group. You have to unmute. There you go.
All right. You hear me?
Yes.
Well, just to give it an attempt, I've not really fully documented or written them down in a rather formal way, but I can give it an attempt to redefine. My purpose in life is to live a fulfilled life in everything that I do. I live my purpose by being an example in everything that I do, starting off from my work. I'm a line manager, so I manage like a team. So I always look out to get the best, to direct them with the right efforts, coaching, career conversation, and always make them feel at peace whenever they come to work. They should really feel it's really worth. Yeah, and I should always see them grow from one level to another. So we have like a program where we review performances, we give candid feedback, we coach whenever there is a gap, and always track the performance of different employees. And so home, I happen to be a last born in the family, so I'm an uncle to many. And so I try to mentor those toddlers, trying to direct them, giving counsel every other day. We have like a holiday catch up together with nephews and nieces. So I tend to give them life skills, yeah. Give them little work, give them teach them values, working hard, everything that they do kind of matters, and they have always to have like a heart to do things the right way, and in the end they're able to get kind of a life skill that is really much relevant to them. So that's my purpose. I try to always redefine it in any given situation. I always want to create an impact. I always want to create a change, and a positive change, and always want people to remember me as somebody who had an impact into their lives. And I think that's also mirror back my vision as a person, because my vision is really to cause difference in mankind. Yeah. That aside, from my normal engagements, I'm also into Rotary. And I think reason as to why I joined Rotary is because of the desire to serve, yeah, and always cause a difference in people's lives. So there are quite a number of projects where we always get involved around literacy, health, sanitization. So within there, I really feel I'm living my purpose, and also it's linking back into my vision. What I look for in the near future, as I'm trying to venture into private consulting, given the experiences that I've really gotten, I realize networking is really very key, and also identifying mentors within those particular field, just to have like an understanding. It's another thing, making assumptions about how the future would really look like, and another thing getting the reality. However, if you tag along with somebody who has really been there, it becomes kind of uneasier sell through. You can't really fall wholly, if I for lack of a better word. Yeah. So I'm believing that network is really something very critical in here, and it will really help me venture into that world, giving a business solution, which ideally caters from experience, but then links back within my purpose, my vision, and my mission.
Yes, well, that's wonderful that you followed Barbara. And of course, I've been in business as a consultant for many years, nearly 30 at this point. And so we can definitely be helping you and mentoring you to make that transition. So that's really exciting. And your dovetailing over through from Barbara is perfect. So next up, I want to have Paul Wafula take a turn. I think I might have skipped over Matthias, and then we'll have Matthias go, and then Troy has also joined us, so we're going to have him take a turn. since Joy's arriving a little bit late, I will just remind everybody we're going to just explore and explain our mission, our vision, our purpose, and our intention around this program for mentoring. And so go ahead, Paul. Have you unmuted?
Thanks, Bettina. I don't know whether I can be heard. Let me move to a quiet place. We'll just come out of the car. I'll just move to a quiet place now.
Oh, I got it.
All right. Sorry about that. Yeah, so I was saying that I think, am I audible? Can I be heard?
Yes, so
Can you hear me, guys?
Yes.
You can
Yes,
hear me,
we
yeah?
do. Yes.
All right, yeah. So I think those three questions are always difficult for me to answer in terms of vision, mission, and yeah, vision, mission, and goals. I think one of the burdens that I have is really to see Africa get to its rightful place. I personally believe that I would like to see Africa achieve its full potential, and my
Not able to understand what you're saying. Oh, you dropped off. Okay, so let's go ahead and go to Matthias, and then we'll go to Troy, and then it looks like Kenneth has just joined us. Matthias.
Yes, Bettina. I think I'd already
Oh, I'm
done.
sorry. That's right.
Yeah,
Troy,
unless
go
there's
ahead.
something that you needed to clarify on. Was I clear? Oh.
Yes, you were clear. You were clear. I just lost track of the order. So,
All right.
Angel of Freedom, Troy Thompson, take a turn.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Troy Thompson, known as the Angel of Freedom. And so I activate freedom among people around the world. And so my way that I accomplish that, one is getting them connected. So first, finding out what it is they're seeking and help connecting them to the people to achieve their vision, whatever it is they're looking to achieve. And then myself personally, I work in the financial arena. And so I help people put in a plan to achieve financial freedom and ultimately become their own bank. And then I believe the question was, what am I looking to take or get or give from this time? And so one would be those connections, giving and receiving those connections to help the people here succeed. And the other is for myself would be the accountability, by doing these activities. And, part of what I would be doing to, at least in my mind, is reporting on what I've done or, what's my progress. And so anyway, this is an accountability piece that will keep me moving and have this momentum. It's like, okay, here comes Friday. What have I done? And so that's part of what I see this doing.
That's great. And you're reminding me that accountability is one of the key tenets to mentorship, right? Someone holding your feet to the fire, somebody who's, going to ask you, did you reach your goal this week? Did you, where are you at for achieving that number, or doing what you say that you're going to do, helping you to stand in your word on all things, right? So accountability is a really big factor. Kenneth fell off and Paul's coming back on. So let me turn my attention here to Paul. He gets on here. Don't you just love technology? We weren't getting a great connection, Paul Wafula, from your last statements there.
Well, he wrote, let me type. So maybe still not such a great connection.
Oh, okay. Okay, not such a great connection. Okay, So I think everybody has taken a turn, if I'm not mistaken, that can verbally speak on their microphone here. And then we're going to get some more information from Edgar and Paul on the chat. And so one of the tenets that I follow in life, and it comes from some experiences that I've had in life, is that you only get in life what you have the courage to ask for. And I believe ask for more is the principle. So one of the things I wanted to leave everybody with here today is the intention to ask for more and ask in all things. You know, start small, start in, you know, with your family. You can practice with your children. But in the end, of course, we want to have you practicing asking for more inside of the context of your business, or in the if you're employed in your from your employer. And so whether that's asking for a raise or asking for more time off or asking for even the universe, like, you know, in terms of, hey, I want more in my life. And the word want is actually not a great word, because want creates need, you know, stuff that isn't really going to attract what you are desiring. So we like to create the word intention around everything. So in going in the future with this meeting, which will be the third Friday of every month, different than this Friday, I would like everybody to just speak out one intention that you would intend in the next 30 days or thereabouts to occur between now and the next session. So I will start with Troy and then move on to Paul.
All right. Well, I'll go with the first thing that came to my mind, which is it's my intention to write a policy with $12,000 a year of annual premium.
So that you want to have happen before our next meeting?
Yeah, what's the date? I should say the date, huh?
Yes, say the date.
Do you know what it is?
The third Friday in November.
Okay, by November 19th, 2021.
Okay. And how can we as a group hold you accountable? Is there any connections? Is there anything that we can do in the meantime with you?
Well, certainly, yeah, there's, you know, phone, text, email, which I can and will put in the chat. And so certainly that's one way.
Yes. Okay. So everybody can put their LinkedIn address in the chat, and then you'll all have each other's information. And Troy, you're inviting the possibility that folks might check in with you about how are you doing?
Absolutely. And I'm willing to do the same to encourage them.
That's great. All right. Next, Paul Maburo.
Great.
What is your intention for the next?
My intention is to produce 100,000 packets of the chocolater to have it out in the market. It would generate over $5,700 US around the market, and that should be done by our next meeting, which is November 19th, 2021.
Great. And I know Romeric had planned to join us here today. I know that we got an introduction going. Be sure to check in with Romeric, because he used to have a business specifically in the cleaning business. And so I know that he's got connections that might come together for you on the,
yes, he does.
On the other business too. All right. And Matthias, what is your intention over the next weeks as we close out our day here today?
Thanks for putting me on the spot. There's something that was really running in my mind, and as I'm thinking about going private, I need to try out something as a demonstration. Yeah. I intend to do like a business, a kiosk. I need to set up like a kiosk. Yeah, I'm trying it on a very small scale, just to try it out. And my intention is I have I've identified an opportunity in a particular location whereby there's quite good traffic, and the idea that I'm having is doing fast foods, fast foods, easy snacks for corporates, So my intention, I'll really task myself on this. I've really been thinking about it, but it's not really taken a next step. I keep on giving myself excuses, but let me commit to the group, and I think you hold me accountable. The next time we meet, I should be giving you an update on how far that has really started off, and I want it to be already in operational. Licenses already gotten, I should be able to be doing business. Let me commit myself on that.
Okay, great. We'll hold your feet to the fire when you come back.
All right.
And Paul has the right fire starter. So, all right, Barbara, what about you? What do you want us to hold you accountable for in the next weeks?
My intention is to secure business financing for my company so that I can go into the holiday and to the new year in grand style.
I love that. I can be your accountability partner specifically on that because I'm in the same world, right?
And I was going to say to Matthias, all you need is one customer to get it be in business. That's all you need is one. And I think sometimes we get, zoned into we have to be, or we have to have everything in place, but you just have one customer and you're going to be off and running.
Yes, that's a really great point. And so Barbara has a very interesting background. Maybe you can share just a little bit about why you say that. You need to unmute.
Yeah, I'm driving. So I say that because I was in the hotel business working as I started at the front desk and kind of worked my way up into the sales department, and the sales department are the people that handle all the bookings that come in, and they go and find the clients, and then they secure the bookings and they negotiate the bookings. And while I was negotiating all these bookings on behalf of the hotel, I just saw a disconnect with the association market. The corporate market got everything they wanted because they had the budget. The association market, which is a market of people that all trade, like we belong to Bettina's membership. We don't work for them. They're the ones that they weren't getting all the benefits. They weren't getting the turn down service, and they weren't getting the valet and the treats in their rooms every night when they came home from a long day of meetings. And so I decided that at that time, I've always kind of related with the underdog, so to speak, or the rebel, so to speak. So I decided at that time I was going to represent the association market, and I used to go to bat for them with my general manager and director of operations, and they would tell me, no way, we're not giving that group free parking. But I ended up persevering, and then I ended up doing that for 20 years, 17 years, and then program. And because when I worked in a property specific, I could only have programs in San Diego. When I worked in Seattle, I could only have programs in Seattle. And when I worked in Denver, I could only have, but if I was not virtual, if I was independent, then I could go with the association and they rotate their meetings. So I just got one client. And she believed in me and she said yes. And I gave my notice to the hotel, and then I think Nigel said it. I hired my sisters because they're processors and they're the ones that went to college, and I dropped out of high school. So they're the ones that went to college, and they're the ones that knew how processes worked. And so I hired them as my admin people, and they used to say, you're spending too much money, and I would say, just work. As long as we're working, the money's going to come in, and it did eventually. So that's my story.
You've been in business since 2000 what? 3? I think you started in 2003. Is that correct?
I hung my hat, so to speak, under like a broker's license, and I was commissioned. So every business I brought to the company, because they had the processes, and I knew that I needed to learn the processes coming from a corporate hotel going into an independent. So I found a small company that was a husband-wife team that ran what they call an intermediary company, like for what we do, because we're the middleman between the hotel and the client. And so I worked with them for 3 years. At first I thought maybe 2 years, but then I needed another year. So 2003, I finally went out on my own. And by that time I had like 6 annual conferences. And I used to say, if I made 10,000 a conference, that they were my anchor client. So at that time I had 6 $10,000 clients. So that was 60,000. So then I would just fill in, smaller group. I would fill in, and before you knew it, first, second year, 6 figures, and then we just grew from there. And so yeah, it just takes one client.
That's a great mentoring advice. Thank you so much for sharing your story, Barbara. I know that you have it in you to share your stories. So thank you so much. It looks like Eric has also written in that his purpose is around being and inspiring others to be the best they can be and live up to their full potential. That is absolutely right here, right now in this Underwing program. And, I'm writing a book called Shattering Your Revenue Glass Ceiling, Unlocking Your Hidden Potential with Your Master Key. And I love to talk to anybody who's unblocking and unlocking wisdom for others so that they can live out their full potential. So thank you so much, Eric, for participating here today. I believe we have touched on a lot of folks here. Go ahead and unmute for any final thoughts. And if I've missed anybody, go ahead and speak out your accountability to us. Everybody can unmute. Any final parting thoughts here for today?
Impressed to hear Paul's just right. This is what I'm going to do.
Yes. Paul and Eric can write out their purpose. Their accountability here. That would be great to have. Thank you, everyone, for being inspired to, jump on a call at 9 o'clock in the morning, Pacific Daylight Time. Our next event is going to actually occur on the 3rd Friday of November, and it'll be again at 9 a.m. It'll be Pacific Standard Time by that point. And I'm so grateful that folks from around the globe have participated today. Again, final thoughts from anybody? Troy, you want to take a stab at that?
Final thoughts? Do it.
Just do it.
Yeah. The man's name was A.L. Williams. He became famous in the insurance industry, eventually led to a company called Primerica. And there's a famous video of him where he just says, just do it and do it and do it.
Yeah, I love that. Another great mentoring tip. We need that. That's a little mantra that I'm going to run through my head today.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Thank you one and all for coming. I'm going to go ahead and share with us a short video clip, and give me 1 second to cue that up.
Ask most anyone if they feel empowered in all areas of their life. If they're honest, they'll likely say no. Hi, I'm Bettina Carey, and I may be only 4'9.5", but what I do is big. Dream big, break through, and connect to powerful people like you. And what I'm doing is inspiring and empowering others to break through, shatter their revenue glass ceiling. And I'm here to tell you that we empower you where you're going to want to be. It's a community. It's a membership. It's a movement. And what we're doing is helping you to start and run your online business without doing a thing. We're helping you find angel investors empower you at the We Empower You Global Summit at the WeEmpoweredLife.com. Visit us on the web at WeEmpoweredLife.com or text the word Bettina to 555-888. We'll see you at the summit.
All right, with that said, I welcome you back next month. I'm looking forward to this. Thank you again, everyone, for participating today, and we'll see you next time. Bye for now.